I think Ron, and my background is not changing, so everyone's seeing my cool looking, living room. Hi, everybody. So if you are on, the Twitch and our YouTube and our Facebook page, you will see us that it's just me. And I'm going to do as best I can here. So, I'm going through restream. So hopefully you guys can actually hear me too. So it's me, and I've got Kit on the phone. So I don't know how that's going to sound. So if anybody's actually watching, let me know. So, hey, Kit.
Hi, you look good on the Twitch feed.
Oh, you can see me.
On everything else too.
Okay. Is it on Facebook? I don't have that up yet.
Facebook, I have not checked yet. Twitch, you got going though.
Okay. It should have started up on Facebook, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it's only going through Twitch and like YouTube or something, but it's supposed to be doing both. Whatever. But God damn it, friggin' darn thing. But yeah, I don't think it's going through our Facebook at all. Whatever, lame. Okay, well at least it's on Twitch. It's probably going to YouTube too. So
yeah, at least I got one of them going.
Yeah. And look at that, 3 viewers and no responses. So can you guys hear us? That'd be kind of cool if you let me know. So basically, yeah, it's me, and I can't figure out why it won't just give me a goofy background for some dumb reason. It's not going to work. But it is like it is not cooperating like it's supposed to. I click on it and it does nothing. It was working like last night or whatever, and going over it with Shawn. Totally working. Get a cool goofy little, I don't know, looked like it came from Up or something in the background, and it's like nothing. And it was like it's doing nothing.
Gosh. I guess it's camera shy tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know why Ugh. But I mean, it doesn't even have. It's not. What is overlay? It's not even doing that. It's supposed to be doing other stuff too, and none of this other stuff. See, this stuff's showing up. Like I can do these little widget things off to the side. You know, oh, look, I got a little R thing with little clouds and flowers. You know, but it's not doing the background. I don't know why. Whatever. I think what it is it only does a background if you have like the video split. Like if I had two different cameras, and then it sticks it behind those, because they're like, oh, we don't want to go on these copyrights. So yeah. But hey, there we go. Okay. It's Wildcard Line. Can you actually hear me, Wildcard Line? Can you hear me? I see you on there. So, and yes, I'm wearing glasses. Cool. There's Eric. Can you guys hear me? I know you see me. Can you hear Kit, for that matter, too? Cool. Okay, Eric, we can hear. Okay. Good grief. Yeah, this is the seat of the pants thing. So, I mean, we're apparently not broadcasting on sci-fi.radio, because this is like a last minute sort of thing through Restream. Wild card. So if I could throw it through Sci-Fi Radio, I could, but I don't have that program set up for mix. It's the whole process of getting in there and then throwing in all the fun little fiddles. So now it's just going to be here on Twitch, and I possibly on YouTube. I really don't know if it's on YouTube or not. It freaking should be. It should have been on. It should have been playing on Facebook, but it's not even going there either. So I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I do not believe we have Facebook going.
No, it's yeah. I mean, no. Yep, it is. It looks like we are. Yeah, or not Facebook. I'm sorry, okay. Not Facebook. I'm sorry. YouTube is.
YouTube is yay.
Yeah, so we have YouTube going. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and went over here and look at the huge number of people that are responding on YouTube. Round number. So, so a new change. Hey, everybody. I was thinking of just talking like Doofenshmirtz for the entire thing, but I don't know how that would work. You know, people would stand that. You know, but yeah. So basically, normally during the show, I mean, I don't know why it's not broadcasting to freaking Facebook. Maybe Shawn's going to answer that for us. But yeah. He's like, you on okay? Yeah. I'm telling him. But I can't spell either. Cool. It's gonna be a good night. Normally, yeah, it's all three of us, and yeah, they're all off there. Perry the Platypus. Yeah. So they are off doing that fun stuff and Disneyland running around, and I'm just like, you know, trying to keep this sucker running. Yeah. I don't think Shawn can hear me, and you know, so I'm like, if he turns it on, he can hear me, but I don't have time to answer all these. It's like, oh, you did this, you can do this, and do that. And I'm like, dude, forget it. Apparently, if you logged in again, if you went to that website kit and logged in, you could, and you had a camera or whatever, then we could actually do what Shawn and I were doing last night. Is what he's saying. Yeah.
But with as much as I need to bounce around and stuff for the show, I think we'll just try sticking to me on the phone.
Okay. Sounds good. Good. All right. Okay. So, yeah. Shawn and Colleen are not here. They are off at the House of Mouse. So, it is just me. And as usual, I think Kit you're throwing up the links, whatever you can that we get. I don't know if anyone's even playing along on Facebook for that reason. When I told Shawn, he's like,
"Maybe we're playing along when we get off the air."
Yeah. When I told Shawn, all I got was weird. So I'm like, okay, dude. I don't know why it should have immediately like gone to Facebook too, because it's supposed to restream set up to go to all three, and for some stupid reason, it don't want to. Oh, and look, the chat is working. It is bringing all the chat over. But I don't know where all the other stuff's coming from. That's weird. I mean,
maybe we just have Facebook running and we just don't
know. I mean, I know. I mean, I'm gonna go and see if it's playing on like on the docking bay page. Maybe is it on there?
Let's see.
No, it's not on there. I see something that says.
I usually get notifications when Shawn's goes live. I haven't got that, so I'm not really sure where you're broadcasting from yet.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see what I'm saying. Okay. The only chat I'm seeing in the other chat is from Twitch. So yeah, that's all I'm getting. Okay. Okay. Well, any case, that's what's going on, folks. Last week, I would like to say what Shawn and Colleen did, but all I can say is that they went to a drive-in and saw The Force Awakens. They will tell you more about it next week. And then right now, like I said, they're at Disneyland for the cast member soft open. He's posting loads of pictures. I don't think he's listening. Yeah. Also, let's see, on Sunday, I actually finally got my butt working on the dang, the Toyota RAV4 to make it into my Star Wars car, similar to Shawn's setup and everything. It is actually going to be based on the Ghost from Rebels. So, yeah. And basically, to start off, it was setting a tape. Basically, you're just taking pinstriping tape and putting it around wherever on the car to wherever you want it to have a line. So in this case, it would be like separate, like panels and such, much like most Star Wars ships and such. So this is emulated that way with the pinstriping tape right now, to be all over the car pretty much. And then once I'm done pinstriping, then we're gonna go to paint. And that's the easy part. It's just paint. It's really like paint by numbers in a way, just like your yeah. You just basically mask off one area and spray it, and then you go to the next one. Obviously, you have to like hit it with a Scotch-Brite or something beforehand. But other than that, just and you're done. But it's like the taping part is the most tedious part. I didn't really think of that when I was planning this. Thinking this out. It is tedious because of how many lines we have to separate panels. So, I think we got there around 10 or so, and we left around 5 or something. So we got about like 6 hours, I guess, or something like that. And it was just like taking it out, and you basically you wipe down wherever you're going to put it down. I mean, I had already cleaned the car, but you have to wipe down wherever you're putting the tape down with some rubbing alcohol so that it'll stick better and adhere better. And this thing was I got like the door done and part of like a wheel well, and it's just it's long and tedious. He printed out the side view for the car, where all the tape is going to go on a grid, so that each box was about roughly an inch in size. So you kind of had a pretty good idea where tape was going to go. And so we, I did that, threw it all down, and had the little the picture either magneted to the door or to the hood or whatever, and it was very tedious. Very, very tedious, but I mean, once it's all painted and that's all done, then basically I go and pull off all of that tape, all that pinstriping tape, so that it leaves the original paint under it, as so it looks like more like panels. So is that like, because my car's like a silver,
right?
But yeah, that was the most fun that I had over the weekend. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, and I guess we'll start into other bits of news. I don't know, because I don't have music intros here. I could pretend I'm playing Star Wars music and whatnot. But there you go. So let's see. We'll start out with the first one, and then we'll go into other stuff. And I don't know how this is going to work out for 2 hours with this gibberish. We have April 28th, 1968 is when Stephen Bloom was born, and he is the voice of Zeb on Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, and other projects, but primarily for Star Wars means he is Zeb. And boy, he does the voice of Zeb, and it does sound really close to the clones. They're like, kind of sounds like the clones. But maybe more Australian sounding, more Kiwi than the clones. I don't know. And growly. Let's see here. We have April 26, 1982 is when principal shooting for the indoor scene started filming Return of the Jedi. So when they went out to Sequoia National Park and shot everything there with the Ewoks and the crew, and
their little paper picnic.
Yeah. And with all this, everyone with like shirts that said Blue Harvest. If everyone watching Family Ties, you'll know that they did specials called the Blue Harvest. It was a Star Wars, and that was because George had already made Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, that anywhere he would go to make a movie or something, he would be swamped by either by press or somebody or people, looky-loos or whatever, or just the amount of money it would cost would skyrocket to be able to shoot in a location. So they decided to come up with something that no one would really care about, and as a fake title. And they came up with Blue Harvest, horror beyond imagination. And so all the crews are wearing those shirts. I have like 2 of them in my room, reproductions. Oh, cool. Yeah. And the other fun part about that, the indoor shoot, is that the number of Bigfoot sightings spiked. I wonder why. Yeah. So many people calling in and, oh, Chewbacca. Oh, you're. Yeah. So it was fun. And actually that was like, that was the introduction of the biker scouts and such, which for me, for the Empire's costumes and such, I thought they were the coolest costume out of all the stormtroopers. I loved how their look was and such. So very different.
Yeah, they do have a good look to them.
Yeah. And our next bit is April 27th, 1993. George Lucas Super Live Adventure was opened up in Japan, which is like an odd, like I think it was a musical, actually, stage show. And because they love George and everything George made, especially at least in Star Wars and stuff. So he's a, like, I think he's a bigger celebrity than Star Wars, actually, in Japan. So yeah, it was crazy extravagance show. Yeah. And we have well, let's see here, our last history, but not the last in the section. April 23rd, 2010 is when Boba Fett, young Boba Fett, made his Clone Wars debut. He was in the second season of the Clone Wars episode called Death Trap. And actually, they really made it look like him. They did, yeah. I think he had like a buzz cut or something, but yeah, in the design, but yeah. So that was pretty cool. I'm not sure what this is, but I'll talk about it. The next thing we had on the history list was the behind the brick secrets of the Lego Group's amazing new R2D2. So I guess, well, this wouldn't necessarily be history, would it? This would just be like the new R2D2 that you can get, which Lego kit.
Yes, they have a new higher end Lego of him coming out soon, and this is just showing you all the little fun things that you can build with him.
Oh yeah, well, it's pretty big. I mean, compared to the other ones they've built, it's pretty good size.
Yeah, I think he's got a good size, John.
Yeah. And 1,000 bricks. I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's pretty cool. I mean, it'd be neat if they were able to make him like a little slightly remote controlled, but it doesn't look like that's the case. But it is pretty cool though. Hey, wait, those things on his feet aren't Legos. Wait a minute. Anyway. Little springy hose things. Okie dokie. Blah. See, you know how much more fun this is when they're here and I'm just sitting there off to the side going, yeah. I think Shawn is at the park, and is he? I mean, I don't know if he's listening. I don't know if he's actually watching or listening or anything. He's still there, as far as I know.
Yeah, the park's just closed at 7, so if they closed the place down, they would still just be walking out right now.
Yeah, and I believe he carpooled there. So the point is that he will he'll be heading out when they head out, I guess. Whole carpool. Yeah. So pretty neat. And gosh, we'll just burn through all the other stuff here. There was a really cool thing that the Imagineers unveiled gosh, this past week, obviously, was Imagineers, they created a mobile Alabama, a mobile animatronic baby Groot. And
this dude looks so cool.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It was really cool to see the slow. I mean, in the video, it's a slow step by step of like where it went, and when it started at where it got to, and it was almost like you're watching like one of those like Boston Dynamics whatever video or something. Like, wait a minute, what? But it's cool, and it works because his feet are the way they are. It works perfectly, So it has less chance to fall over. I don't know if it's if he follows people, like the little droids you can get that you just have him follow you around and hit that button feature, or if he's supposed to do other stuff, or if he's just remote control. Like, I'm not really too far into that.
Well, do you think he's going to be something that's going to come into Avengers Campus and be like on his own little stage somewhere to say hi to people?
I mean, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's still a work in progress. But I mean, and he only lasts about 45 minutes until they have to charge him up again. But it's pretty cool, and yeah, and I don't know. I'm not sure all the ins and outs of this as to how much control it is needed from someone. Like if it's literally like if he's literally just a remote control, or if he has some sort of program or something to move around or whatever he does. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I don't think they're good at March technology yet.
Yeah. So, but but hey, you never know. I mean, it's a ways away. I don't think it's going to be. He'll show up there in June, but but yeah.
No, I don't think he'll be there in June either.
Yeah, but he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, let's see. What? I guess this is a bunch of stuff that got. The next one has a lot to do with stuff that got canceled or something. I don't know. There was
I think there's still a bunch of concept art that is being released in the new book, so that we're going to get to see the sit-down restaurant that they decided not to go in both parks, and all the other little fun things like the Lost bike ride and stuff that we're not going to get to see now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the restaurant, the location for it's still there. It's like the overflow line off to the side of the Falcon. That's where the restaurant was going to go. And I thought that was still the plan. I mean, maybe they have more, this WDW has more of a news than I do, but they're not like an official news source from the company.
Yeah, they're fan base.
Yeah. So, I know that they had originally had a plan of having a sort of a I don't know how this was going to work. I think it was sort of a remote issue or like a pre-programmed issue where it was like an animatronic creature with like a sled or something behind him, like a cart, and he would take you around Galaxy's Edge like a trolley kind of thing, and hop in the back. Yeah, and that was like one of the earlier plans they had to do, and that just never that got dropped, much like the restaurant got put off to the side, but to probably because they needed to get it open and they're running low on funds. But and then they had when you go into Galaxy's Edge, there's a certain areas of it where you can tell that I think on opening day and stuff they did this, but they have the upper area which are like sort of balcony areas that are wide balcony areas that wrap around buildings and whatnot on the top, and ropes and stuff. And it looks like I think they did some sort of show or something the first day it opened or something. That was it. I'm like, wow, really? You guys can like do that every day or have people up there doing stuff? I mean, really? But yeah.
Yeah, here in our park, we do have that one platform that's up to the right of the Falcon.
Yeah.
They are, spoilers right now, so anybody that doesn't know what's going on in the park, tune out for the next 5 seconds. They have Kylo and the troopers up there.
I know that, and I know they usually have the troopers over above like the land speeders and stuff that are parked off to the side.
They've had them over by the First Order lander and stuff, but they've actually got them up there over the Falcon right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
That was like one of the really cool things that I saw yesterday was like, you have to like look for all of the characters everywhere because they're like little Easter eggs now. So that was like something really fun to do.
Yeah. And Eric's saying that it wasn't the animal ride. Yeah, the trolley was because it was not enough people. It wasn't going to handle enough people per hour. But I mean, I mean, in a sense, I mean, I don't know how many they plan to have in the back of the thing, but I guess they could only have one running at a time then. I don't know. I mean, if they had more than one running, much like, Main Street vehicles or something, maybe they could have bumped up the number. Who knows? It's weird. Yeah. But, yeah. But, it's neat though. I do want to get, go back again sometime, but I am keen to wait. It's not a big, huge deal,
Yeah, let them get what little kinks that they still want to work out done. They had it down pretty pat when I was in there yesterday.
Yeah.
The food did seem like it was going to be a little slow roll, but like I posted in my article, to just be patient with it and don't lose your head.
Yeah.
So they're all trying. They're all getting. They're all doing their best, and it's still like trial and error for them right now too.
Oh yeah.
So
totally.
Once things get more into like the flow of stuff,
they're
going to start to bring in like more cast members to work, and then they're kind of going to start over again because the ones that have already been in there are like a little bit seasoned, and then the new kids are coming in. But it'll all get worked out in the end.
Okay.
We'll have the full magic back.
Yeah. Now, in the article, it talks about they were going to have a bounty hunter walking around or something, and that's cool. I think that's.
Yeah, I heard of that one back in the beginning too.
Yeah. So they have Vi, right? Yeah, Vi. They have Vi walking around, and then like Rey and Chewie, and then like troopers or whatever. But to me, and like now they up until the closure and stuff, and probably now they had like R2, but to me, the one thing that
I don't know if RT is going to come back right now with safety guidelines in place.
Exactly.
I mean, afterwards. Them out safely right now.
Yeah. Afterwards, but I mean, it's like before they had before the pandemic and when they started everything. I think the one thing that was really missing from Batu was that there were no. Other than people walking around, humans, so to speak, people like working there, either you're working rides or your food or your attractions, whatever, right? Or merchandise. But that's really it. And the thing that's missing is that because Star Wars is that sure we have Chewbacca who comes out once in a while, but I think they needed to have some more aliens walking around. They don't even have to do anything,
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, just like have these guys walk from one end of one end to the other or something, or whatever. They don't even have to do anything. They don't have to do the darn thing, and that's what they needed.
Yeah.
But
I hope that they will bring in some aliens to walk around. So I'm hopeful for that.
Yeah. And Eric's right. It's a money thing, and it would have been cool, and I hope they do get around to that once they. Money starts coming in and they can do that again, or reconsider that stuff. So, And once the pandemic calms down a bit, which, I mean, all seriousness, I mean, everyone can get themselves at least their first shot right now, or schedule it, and then you get your second within like a couple of weeks, but and then possibly the booster in the fall. But I mean, by that, at least by fall, we'll start getting a handle on it. I think a little better, and maybe that'll bolster the theme parks a little.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, what is our next bit here? Because we just did that and that, and it's the same things. How about oh yeah, I mean, I wasn't there, but I guess the first day of the previews, and I don't know if it's every day, but at least of the first day, Mickey Mouse and opened up Mickey Mouse and it's gonna be this night. Mickey Mouse opened up the gates to Disneyland.
Yeah, I don't think he happened yesterday either. I think it was just on Tuesday, but I'm sure tomorrow they're going to do some big grand thing for the official open.
And it looks like it's the talking one, where it can move its mouth and stuff.
Oh, the creepy one.
Yeah, it must freak the...
Glad I missed it.
Oh my god, I can only imagine that freaking the hell out of the kids.
Man, they're so creepy.
Yeah. It's just weird.
It's like the blinking Ewoks now. It's scary.
Oh, I know. That was weird. The interesting thing about the thing about the Ewoks was really interesting, right? So in the first movie, and people at home that saw Return of the Jedi in theater like I did way back when, and before they did any special editions, can probably test this. The Ewoks themselves, whenever you saw them, their eyes were just sort of a brownish lens. Yeah. I don't even think Wicket had anything special for his eyes. I think his was just sort of a brown lens too, but I could be wrong.
I don't remember him having pupils though. I feel like he was the only one that had pupils to begin with.
Yeah. And in the Ewok movies for TV, he definitely does. Like most, I think most of them do. Like in the Ewok movie, I don't know why, because they're on the screen more. And the weird way that they had Wicket's mouth move in like the second Ewok movie. It just doesn't look right. It's just a little bizarre. Looks like it's kind of like a nutcracker. It's really weird.
It was a trip going through those movies again. I haven't seen them since I was like probably 5.
And luckily Disney Plus. So the thing about that was about the blinking thing. I was like, why are you putting a blinking thing? I mean, he doesn't need to blink. Just make sure. I mean, if just to save money, they should have just had digitally made the eyes for all the Ewoks that they could that were close up. That would have been better than having them blink. I don't know the point of that way. Look, he blinks. Okay, you're gonna make when's Chewbacca gonna blink? He does, but I mean, really, I mean, I don't think you ever actually, to be honest, I don't think you ever see Chewie blink in the entire movie in any scene. His eyes are like open. I don't think he blinks.
No, I do think we see him blink.
You do? Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch and see. I will have to. Oh man, damn. Let's cut back over to that. Okay. Let's see here. Now, well, because when we got over this, but I guess we didn't. And don't really have to click it open, but I can. The People Mover in Florida. Get everyone excited. What? No, it's in Florida. They opened it back up. So the People Mover is running up and running again. And the first ride went to Stitch. So that's because I guess his show his ride / show is still there. There's something. And it's cool, and I love the People Mover. And the one in Florida is different than the one here. The one in Florida is
It's a much longer track.
It's a longer track, and it's a level track, I believe, because they used a different system, like a different ride system, I guess, than the one here. So in a sense, we're like over there, it's just it's a flat level track the entire way, and the one here had dips and raises and whatnot in it because of the way that it was originally designed. So, and because I think it had the tire thing at one point too at spots, but yeah, it could go up and down hills. And if people are wondering, hey, why don't they bring the People Mover back to Disneyland? Well, they can't, because when they put in the ride, when they took out the People Mover and they put in the rocket rods, which, gosh, those lasted like a few months.
Love the rocket rods. I did that ride so much.
They didn't take into account certain things. So the People Mover was originally built to hold the People Mover. The People Mover is slow moving. Even though it has ups and downs and everything else, it's not a really fast ride. I mean, they did the speed tunnel and everything else. Yeah, I'm right. Thanks, Eric. I'm right about the tires. So the People Mover track was meant to be slow, so it was built for that, so it could withstand the slow moving People Mover easily. All the concrete pillars and platforms that the track, that is the track, so to speak, and the little metal track itself, could easily handle that for, gosh, God knows how long, but when they put in the yes, it is, Rose, thank you. Like, you can see me now. The ring light, she got me a ring light, that's why you can see me. But since they put the rocket rods in, the rocket rods went fast, banking turns, stopping, speeding, going, whatever else. And what happened was it actually destroyed the track. It actually cracked a lot of concrete and whatnot from the G-forces and everything. And just, the shaking and G-force and everything, it was just made it so this it's not usable anymore. So if they want to bring back the People Mover, well, sadly, they'll have to rebuild the entire track. If they want to do, if they were going to bring back,
rip it all out and start from scratch.
Yeah, if they want to do the rocket rods, same thing. So, yeah. I just don't know if that's their plan. I think they're just going to leave it blank for now. I have a sneaking suspicion that what they're going to do is going to put in the Tron cycles. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Don't know. I'm not. I don't work for Disney.
I don't know if they would work for that track.
No. I mean, no, they have to reroute everything.
I would love to have that ride out here, but I'm not sure where they're going to stick it yet.
They're good. There's a good chance that they may put it where, because I mean, Autopia may not last much longer, so they may put it there. I mean, for some reason they were going to take out the subs, and I've heard recently that they're not now. So
yeah, I had first heard rumor that if we did get the Tron coaster, it was going to go into American Things and Launch Bay, that building.
That would,
like a small space for it too.
Yeah, I mean that'd be fine for that. I don't think it could hold the entire ride, but
no.
I mean that would be a good starting place or something for it. But like, hey Shawn, I don't know if you can hear me. But maybe he's listening. I don't know. But yeah, I think what they would do is, for what I understand, because they thought about one time doing electric cars, but I guess they couldn't get something that would last long enough for the size the little cars are. So
they would eat your batteries like crazy.
Yeah. So I think what they ended up doing, what they're going to end up doing is just most likely taking out the Autopia altogether and probably put the Tron coaster over there, is my guess. And I mean, that's just me. Again, I don't know if that's going to happen, but if they do go the route of Disney World and Shanghai and break the Tron coaster in, that's probably where it's going to go. Because normally at Disneyland, however, because space is so limited, if you want a new ride, usually you have to say goodbye to another ride in order to have a new ride. So that's just how it goes. Yeah. But you know.
Well, if they're going to still try for that, what do they call it, Disneyland Dreaming for across the street with the hotels, that could change into anything that they want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Parking lots are big enough to turn into anything.
Yeah. I think one of the original plans they had for the park, when they couldn't build the hotel, you know, they were planning, they basically tried to build a hotel there, and they fired a bunch of people, and Anaheim said, now you don't get to build a hotel. And they said, oh darn, so they canceled those plans. Now they're thinking, trying to get it redone again to do something, and you know, who knows. But I mean, maybe I think that they just need to make it much more of a vibrant, interactive sort of area than what they have. And the original plan, when they were going to do a lot of that stuff, like doing the hotel or whatever it is they were going to do, they were going to be building a parking structure, I believe, where the Timon Pumbaa, whatever it is now, lot that's, you know, I don't know, that's where you would have parked if you were going to the Disney Eats thing. Oh, hey, Shawn got logged in as himself. So that lot that's by the Pacific Pier Hotel or whatever it's called now, that best parking lot, they were gonna build a parking structure there originally. To handle more.
The Lilo lot?
Is that what it is? I don't know. Is that a Lilo? I don't know what that
Lilo
is.
is just off of the Disneyland Hotel, which is now turned into drop-off pickup area. The downtown parking lot is turned into cast member parking, and then on the far side of the Disney Hotel is the lot that they are using for downtown parking now. Yeah.
So it would have been like the Simba lot, whatever, that parking lot off that other end. Yeah. And
that was weird.
Yeah. And so that's what that is. But they also own that whole parking area across Harbor, which is vast. It's a big space because it was the strawberry fields and stuff for the longest time, and Disney couldn't buy it. And to me, for me, I don't know if they wanted to build any extra park or some sort of third park in Anaheim. I don't know where the heck they would put it other than over in that other parking lot that's off of Harbor, you know, and just have a tram or something that takes you between, or the monorail rerouted over there. I don't know, but something like that, because I mean, I guess they could put it in the downtown Disney area and whatever, but it just seems like it would be sort of forced in and cramped amongst the hotels and whatever's already there.
Yeah, it would kind of feel out of place too, because it's just like, random theme park.
Yeah. So hopefully they will just go with, hey, let's just put sort of a I don't know. Hey, Shawn, he is hear us too and see us. Hey, okay. You can see the groovy background behind me. See, it's a living, it's a fancy living room.
And now it's so high tech, man. It's
I know,
like
man.
lifelike.
So I put these groovy things, these little wingding flowers around me, so it fits in better. They fit in with Small World. But that whole plan, I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like that would be a park. To me, you know, that whole downtown Disney area, it just seems like it would just be an area for like they were trying to make it much more interactive and such, more very theme park oriented, but still a shopping center, but very interactive. Yeah. What did Eric say? He said, Yeah. He's saying that the problem with the sub area is that the cars and the monorail are on top of each other. You can't change one without impact to the others. Yeah. Well, I mean, the submarine voyage, I don't think is going to go anywhere. From what I understand, that's staying. It's not going. They originally closed it down at one point because they were going to redo it because the thing loses water all year long, and it's costing them like money for all the water it loses, like leaks or evaporates or whatever, constantly. So.
Well, I think I heard that it also has some type of marine tie to it for it's like agricultural or something. So it has like government ties to it. So I don't think it can go anywhere.
Yeah. So I don't think it's. I think we have the subs forever. Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I mean, oops, what am I doing here? Over to this thing. Oh, nothing. Okay. But yeah, I could see them building either a park, a third park, either in that parking structure or parking area that's off a harbor, or I mean, there's not really anywhere else to put it unless they level stuff across Disneyland and harbor. They'd have to like level a bunch of stuff over there. So they couldn't really put it over there either.
They do have a few more lots around the adjacent hotels from like down Magic Way and stuff that they could do some things with, but I don't feel like the land is big enough to really do anything fancy with it.
Exactly. Yeah. The Toy Story parking lot is actually pretty big. It is like, it's at least as big as DCA. At least.
And there's like 2 cast parking spots all behind that too.
Yeah. So they could, like I said, if they did what they were, if they did what the plan said it was going to be, then chances are what would happen is you would have another parking structure set up where Simba is, which would basically handle a lot of overflow, like probably additional cast member parking or something for all I know. I don't know. And just use the other lot. Yeah. And I guess Eric's saying that what is this? They have a large lot behind Harbor Boulevard, and it was always the plan to make it more parking, and then the city said no. Okay, but yeah, I don't know what that means, but they already have plenty of space to build a structure if they really want to. I mean, but like I said, maybe the city, they have to get an okay from the city to build another structure. Obviously, I'm sure there's obviously permits and everything involved. But yeah, totally. And then because that whole parking area that's Simba whatever is easily as big as the parking structures that they've already got, so they can easily put them there. Another huge one, same size. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm staying in the hotel. What's your view? Parking structure. Oh, well, I see. I can see West Street. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's good. So our next, I'm going to move right along, I guess here. And I will actually looking over these. We have Walt Disney World's Best Bites, because I guess they're doing another food thing going on here. And
they're going to have fun little themed food for May the 4th.
Yeah. And that's cool. I mean, there's this little the child mini dome cake. Yeah, Millennium Falcon Pop. It looks like it's in a parfait, but it's probably ice cream and cake. I can't really tell. It's soft serve. Yeah. Oh, soft serve Sunday. It says that's right. Okay. And of course,
the small one looks cool too.
The lightsaber churros. Yeah, of course. I thought they already did that once. But man, darn you, Florida! They get all this really awesome stuff there. I mean, really, the like all the treats and stuff there.
Yeah,
there's some really cool stuff. Here we do and we don't. I mean, I think it's a little lessened, but not as much, but it's still pretty cool. I haven't been to one in a while in Disneyland. The Knott's ones are fun, but I don't know if like we talked about on the show last time, was that I don't know if they're going to continue on with the same Same quality as a lot of this specialized food. Hey, doing a show here. Doggy dog. Good grief. Bark somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. Rude dogs. I swear. I told you. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be a thing. Let's see here. So I'm gonna switch over to Trader Sam news. And I guess they're gonna open up a new shop. Is that the deal here? Or is this part of the ride actually? This looks like it's part of the ride.
This is gonna be part of the ride.
Yeah, darn. It would be cool if it was a theme shop too.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they already have like the Skipper Canteen in Florida and stuff. I wish they had something like that here, because I mean, right now we've got like Big Old Barbecue occupying like 2 stores or 2 or 3 stores instead of like like really Big Old Barbecue. That's all we got, really. I think that it would be cool if they did that here too. I'm just saying, like something like a Skipper Canteen or something that's a little more themed than just sit down and look at the walls. It brings you into the it brings you into the what Shawn and such talk about with like Chipotle. It's like uncomfortable aluminum chairs. Okay, you got your food. Okay, eat. Get out. It's like that's just what it seems, and they not it needs more theming. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't know that. That's a bummer. So I guess there was a COVID outbreak or something, and Universal Studios Japan. They had a surge or something in cases. So they had to close down.
And they got hit pretty hard.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man. Oh, well, and they're usually pretty good about masking and stuff. But I mean, there's a huge population there, so I mean, what can you do? I hope that they're okay. I mean, I don't know. I know that I know Great Britain has vaccines, and I know that we have vaccines. I'm not sure what the status is of vaccines around the rest of the world, but I know that we do and they do. So I assume Japan might.
That Japan and Tokyo do have a vaccine, but it's not working as well for them.
Oh, okay.
So that sucks. Hopefully they'll get something figured out. And then I think I heard that we were going to be shipping some of our vaccines over to some folks too. So.
Yeah. Well, geez, more the merrier. Gosh, I guess, good grief. Yeah. Eesh. So I think we'll skip ahead to the trailers. I'm going to skip, it's not on here anyway. Okay, cool. The section Shawn usually does. We're skipping that all together, kids. So we're going to do the trailer.
Nobody died this week. Yay.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. It was only during the week I'm doing the show. Everyone's fine. It was amazing. Our the trailers we have are a animated film coming to Netflix, musical called Vivo, with Lin-Manuel Miranda, and he plays a little singing and dancing monkey. But it looks really cute. I mean, it does. I will definitely watch it. It looks fun. And the trailer, it's just a cute little what I'm not sure the best way to describe it, but it's like someone would go out with like a little calliope, whatever, and play music, and then you'd have like the monkey, a little dancing monkey, and it's just something that was around years ago, but this time this is an actual singing and dancing talking monkey. So I don't know where it's going to go, but it looks fun. It does look cute. and Lin-Manuel Miranda. So hey, that'll be good. Yeah. Our next, the second trailer was Marvel Studios Assembled. So they did. I've already done one on Disney Plus for WandaVision, and there's one that starts tomorrow on Disney Plus for the Sam and Bucky show, aka Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that one. And see, it's just a lot of it's like the other one, a lot of behind the scenes sort of stuff of how they shot it, and whatnot. And you can see what they did. Pretty cool. And a little bit of info for people. When you see a picture of Sam in his suit, and you go, "Wow, look!" He looks all buff. That's because he is. So there you go. He actually worked out and buffed up. He got huge. He got ripped. He's actually really muscular individual, and the costume is just on him. It's not like he's not padded out. That's him. So So there you go, kids. TKD S66. Yeah, that is a shame. Sorry to hear that. We have lost quite a few. I'd say we have lost a lot of astronauts from the past. So it's a bummer when that happens. But heroes in my book, though. Next trailer is for a movie called Sweet Tooth. It's coming to Netflix, and it's based on DC property. Oh, valid link. Oh, great. Oh, wonderful. Piece of junk. Okay. Does a link not work? It's basic. It's from the trailer that I got. What I got from the trailer was that it's takes place in the future, where there's like a global outbreak of sorts, where people are being born. They're called hybrids, and it's like there's the main character, Sweet Tooth. He's basically sort of a human and a deer, but he's a kid, I think, for the entire thing. He starts out, of course, as a baby, but he's a kid for the entire movie. And so it's a lot of it, but it's DC, but there's a lot of power, superpowers, kind of things and such in line with it being hybrids. And of course, bad guys who don't think that there should be hybrids. But it's just, from what I can tell, it's not something like, hey, we experimented on a bunch of people and boom, we got hybrids. It's like the mutants and the mutants in Marvel, where it just happened. It's just some like weird genetic thing just suddenly bing. So unless you go by other storylines that they retcon later. So yay! Yeah. Our next trailer is for this teaser is for a movie called The Tomorrow War, and it's Mr. Chris Pratt and a bunch of other folks. The only one I really recognize at the moment. And it's like I guess alien invasion thing, whatever. But in the future, and they're fighting them. It's weird. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be on Amazon, but July 2nd. But I'm not certain if it's like a if it's aliens or what. Okay, well, let me give you a description here. World is stunned when a group of time travelers arrive from the year 2051, telling them that the alien species is there. Okay, so that's what it is. So these guys go back in time. So the heroes like Chris Pratt and everyone are from the future where the aliens are. They somehow go back in time and tell everybody. And so, yeah. I saw a movie recently. Yeah, kind of, yeah. J.K. Simmons. I forgot he was in this. And Yvonne Strahovski. I don't know who that is. But yeah, Chris McKay did this one, and it looks good. It looks cool. But I just saw a movie on I want to say Prime, ironically, and because this one's going to Prime, that it was a Japanese movie where these people go back in time and to warn the Earth about this aliens coming to take over the world or whatever, and and so they have to they have to get a huge mech suit, or not suit really, but mech running to help defend the Earth, whatever. It's and it's like, wow, this is a similar story, but I guess it's not too far fetched. So, yeah. And the last one of the day is it's just a photo. Okay, there's a trailer for it. West Side Story is coming out. They did a trailer for that. And I'm not a big West Side Story fan, to be honest. Shawn and Colleen love it, but I think it's because it's just been overplayed in my head so many times. Snap on the train. When you're a jet to the end, whatever, and stuff like that.
Well, this one's Spielberg. He hasn't tried it yet.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, it looks interesting, but I'm not that into it. Maybe I'll see it when it comes to streaming service or something. I'm not sure if I'll see it if it's in the theater. You never know. But yeah, but it looks good. And I believe Rita Moreno, who was in the original one, is in this one as well, just playing a different character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah. And we skipped right past the top of the hour by 2 minutes. We're not even on Krypton Radio, but normally the Krypton not even on there anymore either. Normally we're on sci-fi.radio and on Thursday nights, but tonight, since Shawn and Colleen are not here, I'm running it through Restream, so it's only going on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, but it's 8:00 hour, and yeah, there you go. I don't really have anything else to say there. Let's move along. Yeah, thought I had something, and then my brain said, "No, you're done. You're good, Mister." And the next thing was that there's a May the 4th, actually, and I'm trying to see where it is. Legacyofjohnwilliams.com, I guess, is the channel, but it's it's called the special relationship, John Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra video event is coming on May 4th, and I want to say that he's conducting. I don't know, but it looks like it's going to be a bit of an interview and such, actually. But it would, I mean, yeah, the relationship with him and this symphony. But I don't know. It's got panelists and such, so I don't know if they're going to do any music. I think this is really interviewee stuff, and maybe John. It looks like John will be there too. But yeah, yeah. And there's a musical montage apparently before it starts by Tim Burton. So yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so it'll be cool to watch, and I would like to see John conducting again. I don't know how much more he's going to do, so that'd be great. Yeah. Boy, and since that's like I'm the one here, I guess I can go through every single stinking bit of news there is. Yeah. Let's see here. So James Gunn has apparently finished writing the script anyway. They haven't shot it yet, but he's finished writing the script for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. And it, I hope it has like the same, at least not the same, but at least a good amount of cheese to it, as compared to like the original.
A lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese souffle,
yeah.
cheese fondue.
And so what they're saying is that they plan to have it out by Christmas time in 2022. And if I understand it, my guess is it'll be Disney Plus, but who knows? It looks. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that like Mark Hamill's like saw it and tweeted like, "Oh no, this can't be good" or something like that. Whatever. But it looks. We shall see. I mean, especially after seeing like the sneepers and stuff with that little music video they did, it looks like they're just going to have a lot of fun with it, and I hope they do. Yeah. And we will see where that sucker goes. So there, So there is a rumor that has happened literally day of the final. Hey, maybe it does have fondue.
Like the second after it aired. It was horrible.
So there were like two rumors that sprung up right off the bat, right after it aired. One of them could be true, but not likely. Good chances that they're both false. That there will be that Marvel has already started planning to make a Captain America 4 with Anthony Mackie as Cap. But I would like to see that. I mean, that would make the most sense. The other rumor that went around was and I haven't found a story. All I saw was people posting gibberish online on like Twitter and stuff saying that they're making a Chris Evans Captain America 2. I'm like, no, they're not, folks. They're not. He's not coming back. Let's get up close to the camera. He's not coming back. He's done. They're like, where's Captain America? He retired. He left. He went off to spend his days with Peggy Carter, and I don't know if him being with her changed her circumstances or not, because she passes away at one point in Marvel, or if the time travel thing changed things. I don't know, but all I know is,
on the moon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's on the moon. Yeah, he is no longer Cap, and that's fine. People need just get over it and move on. However, Anthony Mackie was talking about like that he's like he expected there to be like a lot of flack and like stuff about him taking the mantle thing, and he said no, it's been completely fine. I have been totally there's been he's seen nothing, so that's good. Of course, I should say something. When did the last one air?
Just last week.
Just last Friday? Okay. Okay. Well, just so you know, spoilers, I guess. We'll talk. I'll talk a little. We go into spoilers a little bit since we're talking about Captain America. So those of you who are listening or whatever on Twitch or whatever, and you haven't watched in this past 7 days or whatever, 6 days. I'm the only thing I can really tell you is basically this is that the Falcon is now Cap. There you go. I mean, there's more to the story line, like like who the power broker is and such, and I still believe I still I still believe that that Sharon Carter is actually still doing deep cover for S.H.I.E.L.D. That's what I still think. I know other people won't. No, she's going to be a bad guy. I'm like, no, I think that she's playing a part, and there's a reason for it. But believe
we could have a double agent thing going on.
Exactly. And then people are like, oh, well, they brought in the Fontaine girl, and she's Miss Hydra or Madam Hydra. I'm like going, well, sort of in one story, kinda was, but not really. Otherwise, that character was always a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who rivaled Nick Fury, like, in every way. He was basically like a female Nick Fury, and was always a good guy. So I don't know, maybe they could, but yeah. And of course, Walker becomes U.S. agent. Dun dun dun! And didn't really? No way! That was going to happen. Yeah, geez.
Never saw that coming.
Yeah. And Bucky, well, he's still Bucky. And he's just going on his way to fulfill, try to make it better for everybody. But I guess it as you saw in it, that he has his psychotherapist, whatever the book, and all the names are crossed out, which I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that there was a time jump, and he just finished and handed it to her, or if like there was only one guy left, and it was the guy he was hanging out with earlier in the series. I don't know, because when they showed it earlier in the series, not all the names weren't crossed off. It was like just like a couple. So like so I think that's a time jump. I think that they like moved ahead, and like he's becoming more rehabilitated. As for Zemo, he was thrown in the raft. That was last episode, though, the one before. But the interesting thing is, with the raft, that's where all the villains are, and General Ross is in charge of it. And in the comics, there was a series called Thunderbolts, which were like they were like the Avengers when the Avengers weren't there, kind of thing. I don't know. And I wonder if that's what they're planning to do. Like, there's something that's going to happen. They're going to have to take over, and like Zemo is actually the person who's in charge of the Thunderbolts. But obviously, since he's a bad guy, his plans are totally different than everyone else's. But all the guys that are criminals decide, and I'm going, this is the comics guys, that they don't want to be criminals anymore. They like being heroes. Dun, dun, dun. So the Thunderbolts are good guys eventually. So I don't know what their plan is, though. Who knows? Yeah. Oh, what's this? Let's see here. I got people talking on the chat here. Yeah, Secret Invasion's coming up. Yes. Series coming. I don't know if that's animated or live action. Is it? It's probably live action. I don't know. It's like the Scrolls. They're going to be doing like a live action or whatever series, but it's the Secret Invasion. I don't know if that's what that was. Let's see here. But yeah, that would make sense. But I don't know. The trouble with the Scroll Secret Invasion was, and that's what bugged me, is that it's an easy out. It's a crutch. Where, much like, and I know people are going to hate me for this, much like the new Battlestar Galactica, I didn't really care too much for that, because it's a budgetary story element, where it's like, well, they look just like us, so we don't know if they're the bad guys or not. So that's what they're doing with the Scroll thing. I'm like, that's what happened with the Scroll thing. I hope that's not what happens, because it's like, well, that's just lazy writing. So hopefully, I hope they don't go that route. I really do. Hope they do a little better. I mean, they have. So with any luck, they'll be a little more clever about it. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, Eric. And yeah, he is done being the Winter Soldier, that's for sure. And he's Bucky. I wonder what you're gonna do, because in the comics, Bucky was Nomad briefly, which, as Steve Rogers was Nomad as well, for a little while. He became Nomad when he didn't want to be Cap, so he became Nomad, and then he went back to being Cap, and so I think Bucky at one point was Nomad. And of course, Bucky also was eventually Captain America as well. But I don't know if that's their route they're taking, because they're not exactly following the comics route, straight along the line. Yeah. Yeah, Wildcard. Yeah, he told the Bucky told the old man that because he'd been avoiding that, and it's the only way to make peace. And I don't know if the old man is ever going to forgive him or not. Maybe, or not. Who knows? But I mean, it's not like he had control over it. He literally didn't have control over what he was doing. He was just a puppet, so to speak. He was a remote control human death machine going around killing people as a Winter Soldier. Yeah. So we will see what happens with that. Maybe they'll start calling him the White Wolf or something instead. Who knows? No idea what they're going to do. I mean, there was a character in the comics called White Tiger, which is a totally different thing, and they could just go that. Who knows? I'm kind of hoping that Bucky shows up in stuff like Moon Knight or something. That would be kind of fitting, but who knows? Yeah. Let's see. Much like Dr. Doom is acting out of character, must be a malfunctioning Doombot. What? I don't know what that even means. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if she's acting out of character or if she literally is, or if she. I just see it as like she's doing a deep con where she's like, deep cover, like she was, I'm disavowed by the agency, blah blah blah. So she's going in to trying to flush something out, and they don't really know what that is yet. Yeah. Okay. So that's a segue and a half. What are we at here? We're doing Mackie and stuff. Apparently we have full cast, huh? Okay. Apparently we have a full cast now for I guess it's a live action. Oh, Disney, why do you keep doing this? Live action version of Pinocchio. And well, so you pull up the article and it's Tom Hanks playing Geppetto, and I'm like, gosh, who could the director be? Yeah, Robert Zemeckis. Yeah, I was just good grief. So I mean, yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I didn't see Milan. I mean, it looked okay, but I mean, I like the animated one. I mean, maybe I'll go back and watch it, but I mean, I didn't see the Lion King either, in the live action Lion King.
I saw the live action one. It was okay story wise. They stayed a little bit more true to it. The costumes were very pretty and good to look at, but it needed Mushu.
Yeah, I know. That was a drawback. I mean, it's like, what? No Mushu? Do you even have a cricket? I mean, come on.
No,
I mean, just and I don't know. I think they were trying to be more realistic, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to watch it to see, because I mean, and go, well, see if it is more realism or not. But if there's like, hey, this lady does magic, well, there you go. You've just lost your realism. So I don't know. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I feel like their live action remakes are kind of a little more hit and miss.
Yeah, I like Jungle Book because it was different enough. But I mean, Lion King looked like it was like, hey, look, here's a CG note for note reproduction of the first one. I'm like,
Yeah, I haven't tried Lion King yet. I kind of don't want to spoil my fond memories of the first one with the new one and be like a little disappointed with it, because I'm going to be going in thinking of the 94 Lion King, but maybe I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. Mighty King. Yeah, I don't know. Disney just, I think it's like, hey, we're starting to lose the rights on all of our animated stuff. Let's make live action versions of all of it. Is really work. I think that's pretty much where comes down to.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, look, the next article was we need to talk about Sharon Carter. Well, I kind of did, really. I mean, I'm not sure what more is in here. I'm sure there's more to it. And I you know, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was scanning the article. So it's, bringing up the point that, Sharon Carter is a power broker. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you watch it, you're like, oh yeah. I mean, you get it. You can pretty much figure it out from the beginning, from the very beginning. You're like, gosh, it was really just, telegraphed there. You could really tell who it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know what their plan is. So we shall see. I mean, there's a lot of stuff with the blip and all this other garbage that's going on, and people's problems that happen from it. And I think we're just going to they're just going to be playing with that for a while with the storyline. But I don't know. I'm waiting to see a little more, and I don't know when that's going to be, because I mean, the next film coming out of Shang-Chi, she's probably not in it. Maybe she'll be in the Secret Invasion thing, but yeah. It was Agatha. Agatha was behind the whole thing. She was controlling Sharon Carter. Gosh darn it. Maybe after she hangs up, the spell wore off. Anyway. Let's see. Fun with Anthony Mackie on set. Isn't that part of the other thing though? I don't know. What is this now? This is like weird Twitter link. Oh, yes. That's right. So it's a really short video, and it's just him sort of gliding past the camera, looking over the camera, and this gigantic grin on his face. It's so funny. That was perfect. It's hysterical. Duded up in the old suit. Yeah. Great stuff. I totally forgot about that. And yeah, so the guy who is listed as the person that's making the next Captain America 4 with Anthony Mackie. He's like, I have not talked to Marvel, and Anthony Mackie's like, I heard it from a fan. So like nobody's talked to these two at all, and it's not really how Marvel does things. So yeah, that's there probably will be, but what iteration and how they're doing it, who knows? But we don't, that's how Marvel is. They're not exactly, hey, here you go. This is everything we're doing right now. Boom, this is what we're doing. They're a little more. They may throw up a bunch of titles of stuff they plan to do, but they're still not exactly forthcoming before that happens.
Yeah, with everything they have in the pipeline right now, I don't see a new Cap movie coming out for a few years.
Yeah.
Even being thought of for a few years.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. In the last time they revealed any titles, I don't know if there was anything after in-game for Avengers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember there being
nothing movie-wise. It's all the series that they're putting on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Shang-Chi's coming out, and Black Widow, and the Eternals, and then Black Panther #2. And I believe they're getting ready to work on Ant-Man and the Wasp, or the third one for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. Doctor Strange #2. Yeah, that was coming out in Spider-Man #3. No Way Home and Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and Thor Love and Thunder, stuff like that. So, but nothing like the big group thing announced yet. So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see. And then sort of like a what would you call it? Sort of not really an homage, but sort of like a it's the basically National Superhero Day, and it was all about the Black Widow, and she's basically sort of a little bit of a brief history in the little short. It's only like it's not even a minute long, and it's sort of a brief little catch up to what's going to be happening. What's happened and what is going to happen for the next movie, which is the Black Widow movie. So so hopefully that's coming out. I wonder what they're going to do with that. I have my theories about who the Taskmaster is, but we'll leave that for now. It was like a video about the Black Widow, for National Superhero Day. It was all about her, so that's pretty cool. There's a wrestler, I guess, or is he like a MMA? Maybe he's a wrestler. He's like Hulk Hogan, okay, or The Rock. His name is CM Punk. I'm sure the CM stands for something, but any case, this isn't really an interviewee thing, but this was more along the line. Somebody asked him if there was anything, if he got the chance to play a Star Wars character, who would he want to play? And he's like, he would like to play Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Looking at him, I can see it. I could see it. I don't know how tall he is, but I could see it. He could looks wise. He'd probably pull it off. I don't know, acting wise. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything, but maybe. I never know. But I mean,
haven't heard of him before,
but it's just like those little. It's like the red carpet thing. Hey, what do you think of this? Blah, blah, blah. Oh. And now there's a big article on 2 words. Yeah, me. Yeah. And I think we already went over the Spellman thing. That he said, like, news to me. Cap 4, new to me. I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah. I think we'll next thing we'll go over, and hopefully it's an article. Is that there are a few things now once you get your vaccines that you can get for free because you've got your shot. Congratulations. So it's weird. So you can get a Budweiser? What the heck? If you're 21, you can get a beer. You have to go to the website and register, you get a beer. Also, if you go to what is this place called? Junior's Restaurant, which I guess is in Brooklyn. So this is interesting. I can't do it here. You can get a free mini cheesecake if you show them you've been vaccinated. Yeah, Krispy Kreme we already know. You get a free glazed donut. You get 1 free glazed donut every day if you take your vaccination card to Krispy Kreme.
Until the end of the year.
Yeah.
You can have a free donut every day.
Pretty cool. So hear that, folks, that all you Homer Simpsons out there, Krispy Kreme. Get one.
If you are on the fence before, you go get that donut.
Yeah. Oh. Donut. Next more let's see. Nathan's Hot Dogs. Another New York City only thing. You can get a free hot dog at Nathan's Hot Dogs, but it's in New York. Now what the heck? This isn't food, is it? But okay. Staples and Office Depot. What? What are they giving people? That's not food.
laminate your hot dog for you.
Maybe they laminate your hot dog they get from Nathan's. Anyway,
laminate your hot dog.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeez, what the heck? Food lamination. What? But yeah, that's cool though. At least they'll laminate your little vaccine card when it's all done. But I mean, that's doesn't make any sense. Because
just some people want to make sure that it's protected, but then I also heard that it's best not to get it laminated in case if the lamination makes the ink bleed. And then there's also to add on your booster shots. You won't be able to do that if you get it laminated.
Exactly. That's what they told us when we got it. They're like, don't laminate it because okay. And then White Castle, but only between April 22nd and May 31st. You get a dessert on a stick. Yeah.
Yes. Every dessert on a stick.
Yeah. What they have is butter cake on a stick, fudge dipped brownie on a stick, fudge dipped cheesecake on a stick, and birthday cake on a stick. All these kind of things. No purchase necessary. Only between those times, and only if you can find a freaking White Castle. I don't think there's any in California. What the heck? So, yeah.
Oh, I thought there was one in Anaheim.
Well, I don't know. Is there? Is they open one?
I think.
Oh, maybe. Hey, if there's one in Anaheim, go. Stand behind Harold and Kumar and get yourself some free cake on a stick. Let me see here. What is this? Oh, yes. Okay, so open. Okay. That's neat. Okay, so Walt Disney World News Today posted this anywhere. A whole bunch of images from Batu in Florida. And where you can see the launch and then of course the trails from the launch of the Falcon 9 from SpaceX that actually went last night. So that that's pretty cool.
On Sunday night they launched up Crew 2.
Crew 2 last night.
Made it up to the space station this week.
Yeah.
So they had some really cool photos from Disney World.
Yeah.
Where you could see the rocket hitting on up and all the trails afterwards.
Yeah. I saw part of that last night. I was watching the perception check from Perception Studio and whatever, and clicking between that and the launch. So going back and forth, and for the most part, a lot of the launch was like, here's the rocket, the engine blasting fire out of the bottom of it for gosh knows how long, and nothing. I'm like, okay, I'll come back to the. But it was still pretty cool. It was pretty
made
neat.
For some pretty photos.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at the chat. Is there new stuff here? What the heck? What is all this? See, I'm not even paying attention to any of this stuff. I'm doing a great job. We had a spammer. What the hell? Get your spam out of here. Your eggs and sausage and spam. Spider-Man. Yes. Later this year. I don't remember the date, but yes, I am looking forward to Spidey. I have loved these Tom Holland ones, because how do you put it? Tobey Maguire did a great job as Peter Parker, although he was an adult playing a teenager. So there's clearly in his 20s.
Oh, well, that never happened.
Yeah. Oh, you're clearly in your 20s playing a teenager. Gotcha. Like clearly it's like he didn't look like a teenager at all. And then but he was great as Peter Parker. But Andrew Garfield, on the other hand, was terrible as Peter Parker. Terrible. But as Spider-Man, fantastic. Great job as Spider-Man. So when Tom Holland came on, perfect. He was marriage of both. He's as great as both Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Great job. So I love this new series, these new films. Actually more than the Tobey Maguire ones and such. I really do. And I do love the Tobey Maguire ones a lot, but I do like these a little more. What if Spider-Man dated Black Widow? Well, yeah, that'd be interesting. I think in the comics, actually, Purple Lady, funny thing is that Spider-Man and Carol Danvers dated, Captain Marvel, and she's a bit older than he is. So there you go. I don't know. Anything goes in the Marvel universe. Let's see here. Well, no, well, if we had Colleen here, yes, there would be chicken feet socks. Yes, probably. But she's a Disneyland. She's a Disneyland. Maybe the purple feet socks are a Disneyland too, or not, or on the way home from Disneyland. No jalapeno on a steak. No, not at all. That's at the Jeff Dunham restaurant. That's not here. And peanut on the stick. Okay, let's see here. And I think I'm caught up. Gosh. Yay, what a great job. Yeah. Actually, yeah, Purple Lady. Well, I think that's Laura, actually. The spider Tom Holland visited the kids hospital was great, and a lot of these stars have been doing that, like Chris Pratt and such, and Tom actually like they dragged along Jake Gyllenhaal to go along too as Mysterio, so to speak, for the hospital visits. That was pretty funny. But it's great. I mean, and Johnny Depp, when he was visiting these in his complete Jack Sparrow garb, visiting these kids, and it was great. And that's why, that's another reason why I enjoy being in the Rebel Legion and being able to be, Han Solo, or the only ones I have, Han Solo and Galen, and maybe the other one when I'm done with it. But and we could go to these hospitals and stuff, but we're not the actual guy. So I don't. It's a different thing. It's a totally different feeling. But at least they still love it, So it makes their day better. Makes them they're happy. So that's and it's, for me, doing these things is like therapy in a sense, because I would go out and do these events, and it would help me to stay out of my comfort zone of sorts, because when I've been, my entire life been introverted, and such, and shy, whatever you want to call it, but I didn't want to go out and do these things, and so little things like start working at Starbucks or helps, but doing these events as the characters, and I can actually, I would make costumes every Halloween, so it worked. That worked out, because I like making costumes and wearing them at least once a year. And now I'm doing maybe after the pandemic ends, go back to doing it more often. So yeah, pretty cool. But I love those. I love those videos of the stars that going and even in their costumes, to visit the kids. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. This is something that I'm sure. Well, I'm not a big Pokemon fan. I never really was, but I know there are a lot of folks out there that are, and so Nintendo. But you have to have a certain thing for this, so it's a different thing, though. It's not this. It's sort of based on old equipment in a sense. Nintendo is teaming with Fujifilm for an at-home Pokemon Snap printer. So everyone that used to play Pokemon Snap, and you go around and and that part of the game was taking pictures of Pokemon, and you could have one. So this one would actually make it so that you could actually print them out on little. Basically, they look like little Polaroids that print out.
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
Yeah. And it's like, and it's a Pikachu case that holds it, and it spits them out. So that's pretty neat. I'm not sure what it goes with, but let's see here. And it can also print from an Android or iOS app too. But I think it says it connects it to your game via smartphone. So you need a smartphone still in order for it to work. I guess so. I don't think it plugs right into the game, but somehow you can get the images to your phone somehow, I guess, from the game. I don't know. I haven't. I remember the game, but I haven't seen it played in a while. But pretty cool for all the folks who used to watch that and play it. And this was kind of funny. Whoopi Goldberg is writing a superhero movie about an older black woman. I was like, hey, wait a minute. But yeah, so she's like, since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with superheroes. They're all saving the earth all the time. But do you know who's really going to save the earth? Who's really going to save the earth? Old black women. So she's that, and she's also writing another going to be in another Sister Act movie. They're working on like Sister Act 3 or whatever. So yeah, that looks fun. Let me back up here again. I'm way behind again. What is this? What? Anyway, okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I am introverted. Yeah. It does take me some time warming up people. Yeah. Yes, it does. But like parties, I can't. Sometimes I'll go to parties. People invite me, and I don't really do much at the parties. I just kind of like, I'm just gonna sit over here, and do whatever. Oh, they have an animal. Cool. Hi there, puppy, kitty, whatever. Hi, whatever. It's just I'm not really into that sort of thing. It's like because usually it's like I'll go and I'll know like one person there, and everybody else. I'm like, I don't know who these. I don't really feel like doing that. But when you're doing the Legion stuff, you're a character. You're acting. So it doesn't matter who you run into or say hi to, or none of that affects you. You just you're in the zone and you go. And that's the best part of it. If I'm dressed as Han or whatever, that's who I'm supposed to be, and that's what I am. I have to be and go around. So the introverted part tends to disappear when I'm doing that, and that's so I need it back, man. I need it back. Gotta go back to it. Let's see. Next we have James Cameron. And what he's like, he prays that theaters will make a comeback. He's hoping that they succeed because he really, and I agree. I love going to the movie theater to see a film. Seeing a movie here is fine and all, but it's never going to be as dynamic, and as an experience as actually going to the theater. But I'm still not comfortable with going to a theater with people that aren't part of my immediate family yet. Because we did go and see Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade in the theater, but we rented it, so to speak. So, and it was just a group of us, the family, that went to see it. So, yeah. But as for the regular one, I don't want to. Yeah. Bounty Hunter crossover series comics starting next month. I remember them. They were doing. I remember that coming about. And I mean, to be honest, I don't really collect comics anymore. But because I did before, I had several thousand comics, and it was getting to a chore of packing the damn things up to move whenever we had to move and such. And I just didn't have any need for them, and so I sold them a long time ago. I've got like a small number of comic books now, but so And it's usually either something that I really love as a comic and I can hold on to it, or it's a reference. You know, so it's like I still have my Rocketeer comics. They're in a like briefcase basically, and I think I've got some Predator comics from Dark Horse. I have a bunch of those, I think. And I think that's about all I've really got. There might be a few other things that what I've been doing is finding like a collected volume of comics to read. So or graphic novels that are bigger. So it's like it's more of a book that I can put like on a bookshelf or something, and I can actually read it. And it, as opposed to a bunch of stinking comics I got from pre-wrap. Yeah, you and me both, Wildcard. You and me both. They are staying with me forever. Or well, up to a point, then the kids will get them. Yes, almost to the top of the hour, and I don't think we're going to be doing the overtime, kids. Because I'm almost out of news, and I'm running out of time. Unless I'm doing some sort of question and answer thing later, as Dr. Doofenshmirtz or something, or Kermit or whatever. So we'll see. We will see. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's I heard about this, and it's but I don't know what all. A documentary about Tiny Tim is out, and it's narrated by Weird Al Yankovic. So, oh man, that looks great. I want to see this. Oh my gosh, man! Because it'd be nice to get a little more background on Tiny Tim. There really isn't anything, There's like nothing about him, and then of course Al. Narrating would be great, but it's like what?
Would you say there's very little information on him?
Huh?
Would you say there's very little information on him?
Yeah, on Tiny Tim. Yeah, there's not a lot of like his background or anything. There's very little of his story. So I'm hoping that this has a huge open up and we learn a little more about him. Segue though on Weird Al, I finally started rewatching, or I did watch like the first episode once, and I went back to watch it and started rewatching, and I got Serena into watching it too. Is Milo Murphy, and that's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
And it's the follow-up series that the creators of Phineas and Ferb created, with Weird Al playing the main character. And it's funny. I mean, it's it has basically the same kind of idea behind it, like Phineas and Ferb was much like Pinky the Brain, whatever. It was like it had a formula to it in a sense where like, Doofenshmirtz has come up with some sort of plan to take over the tri-state area, and the kids are trying to, invent something while Candace tries to rat her kids out to her mom. I mean, they're oblivious to what she's doing. The kids are like, okay, we don't know what you're talking about. They don't even know that she's like trying to tattle on them, and they don't think they're doing anything bad. But in any case, yeah. And somehow every episode, these threads of Doofenshmirtz thing and the kids thing mesh at some point somewhere in the story. And it's hysterical every time. And so the Milo Murphy is very similar, where it's like it's Murphy's Law. If anything can go wrong, it will, kind of thing. It's him going through. You just want to see what his day is going to be like, and everything that's going wrong along the way that ends up turning back around and routing the story back around to what started at the beginning and whatnot. It's funny and really clever. Let me see something here. Rocka who? What? Oh, ha ha ha. Yeah. Thanks, Eric. Starler? Yeah. Oh man. I'm doing a docking bay 94 in ether. That's the kind of an eater. Yeah. Yeah. It says was so much fun, and SI works or SI works with that well. So well. SI. Here. Yeah. And then let me go back over to here. I'm bouncing between chat because the only chat we have is on that. There's nothing on YouTube. There's just the video. Nobody saying nothing. Let's see here. Hundreds of people showed up in Nebraska to fight over the name Josh in a pool noodle fight to the death. No, not really. But yeah. Yeah.
I just saw this across my sheet and thought it was funny.
Yeah, it is. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. This is like total like LARPing stuff, but not really. This is like what we did in the park, sort of in Buena Park. Every like Wednesday night we did this, but it was lightsabers. Let's see here. He's a 22-year-old college student who shared his name on social media and challenged everyone to a duel, and they all showed up. So yeah. So great big pool noodle fight. Awesome. That is great. It's rather disturbing though. There's a rather disconnect on who's wearing masks and who aren't. So probably people. It's cool, but I wish everyone that was doing it had a freaking mask on. Anyway, oh well. And my last bit of news for the night. Wow, really? Okay. To be honest, I would rather have him. If they, so in California here, we have our governor is facing a recall. And basically, let's see, who are the people who are trying to trying to run as the against it or whatever here. See here, we already know Caitlyn Jenner. Oh, good grief. John Cox. Oh boy. San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer. And now Randy Quaid. Oh man. Oh good grief. Basically they got enough signatures to qualify for a recall election. So I mean, okay, but that doesn't really oh geez. Oh well, that's like he's also a former Trump, he's also a former supportive of President Trump. So yeah, Randy Quaid, boy, look at all the choices. Yeah, boy, oh boy. Yeah, it's a recall election. So you choose these guys or you keep the current guy. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? So I want to keep the current guy. Got a bunch of whiners, Wildcard 9. That's all I know. I mean, people are, because upset about how he ran things. A few people, and that's how they got enough people. Probably all Republicans. Yeah, I said it. They signed it. But yeah, I mean,
they're wanting to recall him because of how he ran things right when the pandemic hit. They feel like he closed stuff down too fast.
Yeah.
There's things that shouldn't have been closed down, and it's like open it all up, and he wasn't doing that fast enough, and he wouldn't let the theme parks open up, and they were just trying to throw anything and everything that they could at him.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he did fine. I mean, other than him,
I don't think what we went through for this pandemic was in like his handbook when he
exactly. It was nobody's handbook. Good grief. Yeah. I mean, and he did do he did go to that dinner thing, whatever, the big restaurant dinner thing, whatever, during when no one was supposed to do that. And I'm like, well, that was incredibly stupid of him to do. and he should
Yeah,
not
he
have
went
done
to
that.
the dinner thing. He kept his winery open when all the other ones had to stay closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I have against him. But other than that, he's done fine. I don't know what people are just. I don't get people's gibberish. Ugh. Exactly, Talon. Exactly like Sam says. Bunch of whiny little girls and whatever. Anyway, they're like CIA. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, folks, go watch Burn Notice. Damn good show. Let's see here. Roberta. Oh, hi, Roberta. How's it going? Let's see. Yeah, we already went over that. Okay. So that's it. I think that was it for the news. I think I covered every darn thing. How about that? Dun dun dun. Yeah. Yeah. Holy guacamole. 2 hours of just me. Yeah, all right, man. On screen. Kit in the back over here on my phone. So I don't know how well that sounded. Hopefully you guys all could hear everything she said and understood. With any luck. Yeah. Hi, Lizzie Mae. Not sure who that is. So yeah. What's this say? I saw your sidekicks in Batu today. Oh, I know. Yes, I understand. And then Shawn posting all these pictures about how, all the stuff he's doing. I'm all, man. Anyway.
I got to go on it yesterday.
Oh boy, I know all these people got to go on the ride I still haven't been on. Yeah, good freaking grief. Oh, good. They could. Eric says they could hear you fine. That's great. Good. Yes, all right. Yeah, thank you, Laura. Yeah.
When you do get to get on it,
yep, your sister.
They'll have the pre-show back so you can see Ray and BB.
Yeah. Wait, which sister? Yep, your sister. My sister Tessa, or my sister Heather, or is it Kathleen or Colleen? I got a lot of them. Could be anybody. I bet. I mean, Disneyland looked like a lot of fun. I know. I mean, I'm more confident to go in a crowded place like that maybe after I have all my shots, but I've only had the first one. My next one is on May 9th. So Mother's Day. Oh boy. Happy Mother's Day. Gotta get a shot. Yeah, good. Yeah. Oh, Elizabeth. Oh, that's who Lizzie May is. Hi. I should have known from Lizzie May part. Okay. Howdy. Yeah, it was fun. At Knott's, when we went to Knott's, it was not like, it's not nuts crowded and rides aren't open, so you can go around and people are socially distancing and stuff there, and it was fine, and everyone had a mask, and it was fine. I didn't have a problem going around at Knott's, not being fully vaccinated. That was fun. But they're going to be open, I guess now, this weekend they're going to be open. Not so we were thinking of going, but nah, they're totally full, and no. But yeah. Anyway, we're about almost at 9:00. So next Thursday, we will be back on normal things, so to speak, if you want to call it normal. Zoom videos. I'll be on Zoom, and Shawn and Colleen will be at their house, and we'll be doing the show through there, and same time, same channel. But we will be on sci-fi.radio that time, and on Facebook, streaming as well, along with these two, Twitch and YouTube. And then, of course, every Monday through Friday, except today, you can hear Shawn in the mornings from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 11 p.m. 9 a.m. That's a long shift. Dang, I used to do something forever. It's geez, 14 hours. The machine. From 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You hear Good Morning Tatooine, and that is Shawn's show every day. every weekday. So yeah, there we go. So I'm was planning here to hop off of here now because it's now 9:00. But you'll only be on all platforms if all the software all works together. Yeah. Well, it was supposed to go to Facebook, Eric, but it did not go, and I don't know why. It's set up to do that, but I think, well, I don't know. Maybe it has to be that the computer you're on, if you're logged, you have to have the computer that you're on. If it's Facebook and if it's logged into Facebook, it has to be the same person. So if I was Shawn, it may be, and had my Facebook open, as Shawn, maybe it would have streamed through there. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Yay! Oh, you're welcome, Eric. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Let's most people miss the show. That's 12 viewers right now. Kicking it. 12 whole viewers. It's crazy. I don't know what we do. But anyway, so that's it. I don't have anything else unless people want to ask me anything or talk to me through the chat here, because that's about all I got to go through right now. But yeah, but I think that's it. Anyway, Bueller. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. So that was Docking Bay 94. And it's time to go. So say goodnight, kid.
Good night, kid.
Good night, Jeff. And good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.